Yeah, we're back again. I told you I'm gonna start being more active. I made a promise to myself to do that, so here we are. And today has been a day. Was it Wednesday? It has been a day. Just I don't know if you guys feel like this. Sometimes, like the more that you're trying to do something positive, it seems like the more obstacles and challenges pop up. Now, I don't think it's as irritating if you know that the direction you're heading in is yielding fruit. Like, okay, I'm doing the right thing. Like, you know, I'm headed in the right direction. So then when challenges pop up, you're like, okay, no big deal. At least I know at the end of this challenge that I'm going the direction I'm supposed to be going. That's for people who, live with purpose and, you know, like me, I try to live with purpose. I'm just not out here flutter bugging around. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make it a better world in my own way, shape, and form. Um, you know, but I try to make sure that I'm a good person and I try to bring that energy into every situation that I'm in, be it work, play, my relationships, whatever the case may be. I try to make sure that I keep it good. My mentality towards anything is that, I focus on making sure, you know, I'm on the up and up. But I am human, so of course I do whack stuff all the time. And I think if you don't learn from the wax stuff, then that may be a problem. But if the wax stuff helps you be a better person, then you gotta accept it for what it is, a lesson. I know that sounds cliche, but it's true. So yeah, I think that's the hardest part about when you're going towards something. What up, Lavender? Shouts to Lavender, just tuned in to Mr. Courtney Bang Rice. I'm in the building. I'm going live more often now, Lavender. So, what up? Nothing, nothing happening here. Just, out here talking to my peoples because, I can. So, I was just talking about how today was getting on my nerves. I don't know about y'all, but what up, though? What is it? Camp Kinkelman? Camp Pinkelman? 3 in the building? What up? No, Lavender today has been weird, man. It's like I've been trying to do the right thing and you know, nothing is really going the way I wanted to. What's up, Camp Pinkelman? Cam? I don't know what that means. Oh, Walker, what up, man? Yeah, I feel you, brother. I mean, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Shouts to Walker, man. I appreciate you stopping in, bro. I appreciate you. I'm sending out love, y'all. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm sending out positive vibes because there was a bunch of negative vibes today, and they must have got on me or something. I must have slipped in them or something because they got all over me, and all of a sudden my day started being weird. It was all right at the beginning, and then the negative vibes got to me, and then all of a sudden I was in a funky mood. But y'all, seeing y'all and talking to y'all was helping. I appreciate it, Lucas, man. I just try to be a good dude, man. You know, it ain't no use in being mean or being spiteful, hateful, any of that stuff, man. It just brings people down. You might as well it takes more energy to be rude and mean than it does to just smile and enjoy your day. I appreciate that, Lavender. Man, that's all I'm trying to do is bring some positivity to the internet. I know a lot of times we all engage in a little bit of that negativity, but overall, you don't want to walk around with that, carrying around all that negativity, man. That's heavy. That is heavy on your heart, heavy on your soul. Yeah, let that burden go. Thank you, Lucas. Appreciate you. What up, Loaf? I like that name. Oscar 1200 in the building. Oh, absolutely, man. That was, that was my pleasure. He was just saying thank you for my service in the Air Force. I was saying it was my pleasure. So I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Just it's one of them jobs where when you start getting older, things start getting harder to do. So, you know what I'm saying? I had to leave. Oh, shouts out to Camp Pinkelman 3 in the building, y'all. Check him out. You know what I mean? Loaf. That name is dope. It makes me think of Dash Loaf, but Loaf. I like it. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was having some negative vibes, so I'm turning the negative around, you know. Oh, man, I have no opinions on that man and what he is doing. I pray for him though. I pray that he see the light that like I said, people that bring negative energy into the light, they don't realize like the light, it covers all. You know what I mean? Like the negativity is just a little bitty piece. No, you can't have one without the other. I know that, but people, negative people, in the end, they all see the light, as everybody does, because you know why. But we ain't got to get into that. My hat says believe. Appreciate it, Kim Pinkelman. Yeah, believe in yourself. Believe in your purpose. Believe in what you do. You know, mustard seed of faith, they say. Even that little bit of faith can change your life. You know what I mean? So, oh, I appreciate that, Cat Pinkle Man. Shouts. Exactly. Cheers to y'all. Oh, Cam, that's what's up. My bad. Oh, but yeah, man. So let's get on this positive tip. You know, what happened positive to y'all? Oh, they were asking what I'm drinking. The best in the game, baby. Bubbly. Y'all mess with the bubbly? If not bubbly, then I usually do what's it called? Waterloo. Waterloo is banging. W's on Waterloo. Anybody? W's on bubbly. Y'all rock with the. Okay, Cam. There you go. Cause I can't just drink soda, man. I just, just sweet. I don't really do the sweet. I'm a savory guy. I don't know about y'all. I'm more on the savory side than the sweet side. It's a time and a place for everything. So I will drink something sweet if it presents itself in the right situation. But oh yeah. I know all about it, man. I know all about it. And sometimes people just don't understand the idea of people with disabilities, and they just can't relate. So believe me, I understand, Walker. Believe you me. But we just you know send some positive vibes their way. Send some prayers and make sure that we don't let those people drag us down, because that's like I said, carrying around people's negative energy is weighing on you. Sometimes you may feel like I was doing okay until I ran into negative people. Then all of a sudden I felt terrible. And that's why, because we let that energy jump on us and then walk around with it. Next thing you know, we acting grumpy, we talking to people all, rude and being mean, and we don't even know why. You're like, why am I acting like this? This ain't me. I'm, usually a cheerful person, but you just came from hanging out with this person that put that negativity on you. And it happens to us from all directions. It can happen from a family member. It can happen from friends. Coworkers. Coworkers are. Y'all know coworkers are. They may be number one. Coworkers may be number one for sending out negative vibes. You just at work doing your thing, trying to get your work done, and then your coworker come over to your desk or whatever, and then start babbling on about how this person's doing that and with that person and this, that, and the other thing, and you just absorbing all of that into your head. Like, when you know for a fact you shouldn't even be listening to this conversation, you should be working. So should this person, but they come over there and y'all got some type of working relationship as to where you feel like you had to listen to that nonsense, and now your aura is off. Now you walking around feeling dirty and disgusting, but that's okay. You can fix that. You can fix that. You know how you fix that? Take a little time for yourself. Take about 10 seconds. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in positive energy, exhale the negative energy. And think about it just like that. Think about breathing in positive energy. Like see it as a real thing. Positive, the negative. And do it about 10 times. You start feeling much better. And do it as many times as it takes until you start feeling better. You can do it throughout the day. You can do it while you're working. You can do it while you're driving, whatever the case may be. If you're feeling a little off, it is a perfect way to line yourself back up and get back on the right track. True, Matt. True. I understand. Believe me. Man, hey, believe me. It is one of those things where everything can feel heavy. Everything just feels like everything's working against you. All you're trying to do is just live a regular life. You're not trying to do nothing too outstanding. Just want to do regular stuff. And a bunch of obstacles keep presenting themselves in your way. And you got to figure it out. And it is, oh, okay, Cam. Okay, I like water. I drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of water. But did you know that you can drink too much water? I didn't know that until one time when I was in the military. We were having a water drinking contest and we were drinking like cases of water, like a piece. And then one of our supervisors came over and was like, "Hey, why is everybody drinking all that water? What's going on?" And we were like, "Oh, we having a water drinking contest because you guys always telling us to stay hydrated." And he was like, "Oh, yeah, you guys got to stop that. That can actually have a reverse effect on your body. If you drink too much water, your body can actually start processing the water as though you are dehydrated or drowning, and have an adverse effect on you. So, you know, I think 8 glasses a day is recommended. Let's try to stick within that realm. Don't go too crazy. Everybody knows too much of anything is not good. So yeah, yeah, really happened, really happened. And my boy had drank like 2 cases of water by itself, and then our supervisor came over there and was like, "Yeah, chill out with that." I know, I did. I thought you could drink water all day and it was all good, but there's nothing. Apparently, there's nothing we can do as human beings that's all good if we do too much of it. Now, everybody is different. Of course, somebody's absorb water and get rid of water faster than others. So I don't know how it goes for them, but this is just what I experience. Oh, funny Shebo in the building. That's a crazy name. I like it. Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, don't mess with alcohol. If it give you seizures, mm-mm. Oh, but I did hear this. I don't know if you guys have heard this. Seizures are not always with convulsing. So if you guys did not know this, someone can have a seizure and not be convulsing, and they might just be like, their eyes might be dilated or something that range, maybe clenching the teeth, something like that. It could be something subtle where they're silent, but they're not actually convulsing. Okay, so definitely, if you know anyone who's epileptic or suffers from seizures, keep in mind they're not always with the convulsing and all that other stuff. Sometimes they can be subtle. So I just learned that today. Yeah, yeah. See, different. You know. Yeah, you got to know because sometimes you don't know and then you find out on the spot because they can be triggered from like flashing lights, I've heard, and different things. So yeah, yeah. What up? What up? That's what's up. Shouts to everybody that's tuning in right now. My name is Courtney Rice, aka Courtney Bang Rice. Yeah, you have seen me in a couple of TV shows. You seen me on uh, most recently a Good RX commercial. If you guys have seen that one, that's all over the place. Um, but yeah, I just like to pop on here and give a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of positive energy, and receive positive energy. That's why I hang out with y'all because you know there's no other way for me to talk to you guys except for going live and let you know that I exist. Hey, it's me, guys. Um, if you want to check out any of my stuff, you can check it out on my IMDb under Courtney Rice, and you see all the movies and all that stuff that I did. I'm not currently doing much of anything. Last thing I did, like I said, was that Good RX commercial, cool commercial. It's me, just talking about Good RX. Good RX, okay. For people who don't know what Good RX is, Good RX is a application you can use if you don't have um, insurance. Like your insurance won't cover your what you call it, your like your bill for like your pills and things of that nature. So you use GoodRx, you get the GoodRx app, you tap on that, and then it'll show you a bunch of stores that'll sell whatever you're looking for super cheap. That's the GoodRx app. My mom introduced me to it. I'm just telling y'all about it because I figured, whatever, share some information. I'm not currently working for them or nothing. It helped me out when I didn't have insurance. I used it. So there you go. GoodRx prescription. Don't know why I couldn't think of that word, but when you have a prescription and if you don't have insurance, you can use GoodRx to get the lowest price on it, and it'll show you the exact store and where it's at and all that stuff. So there you go. Amen. God bless all the righteous and noble souls, Matt said. That's what's up, Matt. Tat, tat, tat. Yeah, because those people need to be lifted up more. Those people need to be more in the forefront. All these negative people be in the forefront, and people start following that guideline and thinking that that's the way to go. The only way to get ahead is to be mean and to be cutthroat. You gotta, at all costs, you gotta do this. Don't compromise yourself or your soul to achieve something that is fleeting. All this stuff is just nonsense. Yes, I enjoy all this, accessories and cool clothes and music and all. I enjoy all of those things. They do not define me. That's not how you define me. That's just some stuff that I like, you know. All right, Cam. Shouts to Cam. Cam gotta go, y'all. Hopefully y'all followed him. And tune in next time, man. I think the next time I'll be back on Saturday. I'll come back on Saturday. That's right. So shouts to Cam, man. Good positive vibes on Cam. And the rest of y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Um, yeah, so I've just been trying to, get back into this. I worked with a couple of different companies, so I was doing live streams with like a company called Pokecha, and then Pokecha would be like a different version of like Twitch. It'd be a more like social version of Twitch. You know what I'm saying? So it was a live stream, just like Twitch is a live stream, streaming network. But it was more like, I think it was more social than whereas Twitch, a lot of people do like the gaming and stuff like that on there. Like Pokerchop was just strictly like people connecting with people. Um, a lot of karaokeing. A lot of people doing a lot of karaoke jams on there, which is fun. You know what I'm saying? It's always fun. I'll get on there and do that. Especially if you haven't. There's nothing better than like some old school jams, like some old school music to bring up your mood. A little music, some good lighting and a microphone. I'll go down a rabbit hole, be jamming, man, singing all kinds of stuff. I know, man. I hear you, brother. You preaching to the choir, man. I really feel that. It's crazy, and yeah, I mean, of course, everybody has their own opinions when it comes to like positive and negative. They both must exist, because there's a purpose for both of them. You know what I mean? Positive and negative, and they just exist. Positive and negative just exist. They do what they do. They are exact opposites of each other. Yes, but the way that the energy is interpreted is on you. How You know what I'm saying? Like how are you inside? So when you run into the the negative just means without light. So the light has not been shined on that yet. So how you deal with that, how you interact with the negative is always how you built inside, you know. Are you aligned? Are you meditating? Are you doing your breathing exercises? Are you focused? Are you mindful? Are you here and are you present? All those things help you stay positive and stay in the light. But, you know, some people don't even think about that. They just wake up in the morning, drink a Red Bull, go grind it out for 8 hours, come home, eat some food, maybe watch like 2 hours of TV, fall asleep in the chair, wake up and do it all over again for the week. Then they go into the weekend, try to party it up for, I guess you get to party it up for kind of 2 days, like Friday, Saturday, and then probably, I assume you probably chill, do some family stuff on Sunday, or maybe go to church or something like that. A lot of people do that, and that's their life. That's their everyday life. There's no real purpose. It's just existing, which is fine if you just want to exist. I am not here to judge anyone. Just understand that we all need each other, and everybody's here for a reason. So if we all need each other and everyone's here for a reason, then you have a purpose. So if you have not connected to the purpose yet, then you should probably be working towards connecting towards the purpose, so you can contribute to this whole thing that we call life. Maybe I could be wrong, so I'm not absolute on anything, but this is just how I think, sharing it with my peoples, my thought process. So, shouts out to everybody that's tuning in right now. My name is Mr. Courtney Rice. There's a Mr. in front of that because no one ever believes that my name is Courtney. Can you believe that? You can believe it. I mean, to the point of where I literally walk in buildings, like like a medical building, and I'm like standing there, and they're like, "Courtney Rice," and I'm like, "Hello," and they're like, "No, Courtney." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Courtney." Show them the ID and everything. It's just so hard for them to process that all of this could be a Courtney. They want me to not look like this for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. Don't ask me, because I'm just trying to live out here, baby. But they want me to be like Tyrone, or maybe let me see, what's another rugged name? Rufus, huh? What if my name was Rufus? They probably believe that. Rufus Rice. That's kind of rugged though. Double R. You could call me Double R. Rufus Rice. It's not better than Courtney. But just so you know, my mom said she's gonna name me Courtney regardless of if I was a boy or a girl. So, meaning the next kid she had, she said, this baby's gonna be named Courtney. I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. But, ta-da! Not only a boy, a giant 6'4", 250-pound dude. So, yeah, that name has been rewarding in so many ways and challenging in a lot, but it's memorable. You would think if someone met me and my name is Courtney, that they'd remember that. There's no way they'd forget that, right? You would think. Wrong. People forget my name all the time. And I got a buddy who's similar build, height, skin tone, eyes are similar. They think he's me all the time. Literally, just walk in the building, they'll just be like, "Oh yeah, hey, you were here yesterday," and I'm like, "No, I wasn't." And it's him they're talking about. Just all they see is dark skin and big eyes. I know, sad, right? But that's how people record, in their head. And I'm not mad at you, you know. I do have big eyes and I do have dark skin, so I get it. But it happens a lot though. It's kind of not my favorite thing, but moving right along. I think Oh, just so you guys know right now, I live in Cali. It is 90 degrees right now. And it is 6 p.m. 6 p.m., 90 degrees in California. Southern California, that is. Blazing. Blazing. And that's not like a high for here. Like a high would be like, I think the highest we went in a while is maybe like 105. 105 is the high here. But I lived in Arizona, and in Arizona, it would get up to like 115. Oh, I hear you, Matt. Boy, oh boy. The heat is insufferable either way. White, black, orange, whatever it is. No one likes to be hot. No one. I was in Palm Springs chilling, vacationing, and the hotel I was at had a humongous pool. Humongous pool. It had music. It kind of had like a Hawaii vibe. I'm like, yo, we gotta hit that. It was 100 and like I want to say it was 119 degrees outside in Palm Springs. Go to the pool. Everyone's looking at me. I was with a young lady, and we're walking to the pool. Everyone's looking at us as we're approaching the pool. And I'm like, why are they staring? That's weird. What's the deal? Get in the pool. The pool is hot. It was so hot outside, it heated up the pool. The pool was probably about a good 75 degrees. The whole pool, and the pool was big like an Olympic sized pool, and the whole thing was hot. Everyone was waiting for people to get in so they could laugh because everyone's reaction when they stepped in was like, dip your toe in and go, what? Why is it hot? But it was still cooler than being outside. Like it was 119, so I take the 75 over the 119. So yeah, bro, real talk, bro. It was crazy, and yeah, so I got to do it too. I got in and waited for the next person to come in. Same thing happened. Now, the other crazy thing was if you left your slides on like the side, they were melting. They were melting into the concrete. Straight up. People like got out of the pool and would take a step and the bottom of their slides was coming off. That's how hot it was. Palm Springs gets heated up. It's totally the desert. I don't know if you've been, but it's completely the desert. So if you have not been, Palm Springs is fun, but definitely the desert. Like Tumbleweed Coyote Desert. If you ever watch a mafia movie and you see them get rid of a body, Palm Springs, Palm Desert, Indio, Yucca Valley, all that. That's the type of place where, you know, some made men got rid of someone who opened his lips too much. It's that type of valley. It's different, but it's fun, super fun. They always have dope live bands out there. The food scene really dope. Oh, if you're like into like furniture or like what do you call it, antiquing and stuff like that, a lot of that because there's a lot of old people there. So, but I always have a great time out there. It was kind of like I started going there because it was faster than going to Vegas because Vegas takes me anywhere from around 4.5, 5 hours to one time it took me 9 hours to get to Vegas from Orange County. Okay, okay. I need to go to the Carolinas. They got some good food out that way. I heard of those gale force winds though. That's nice. A little breeze. It's so deserty out here, bro. But there's like, I mean, there's trees. I got giant, like, I don't know what these things are. Like, I don't know what they are, but there's right out there. But, whoo, still very hot out this mug. Um, it's all good though. You take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for the most part, you guys know California is pretty lit. Like 75 is probably the average. And then during now it's pretty close to officially summer. Now it's gonna start heating up. Um, of course, I could deal with it. When I was in the military, I had to sit in a tariff, you know what I mean, with all my gear on, full battle rattle. I'm talking plates, everything, Kevlar on my head, and just chilling. And in the desert, it's hot, at the top of a Hummer, just with a machine gun, listening to TikToks. So the beaches are really cool. The coolest beaches to me are San Clemente. So San Clemente is past like Laguna Beach. Laguna Beach is nice too. Snootier people in Laguna Beach though. They're kind of a little bit, you know. San Clemente has really cool people and really cool beaches, and it's a total beach town. Like everyone's super laid back, and everybody's wearing flip flops all the time. They wear flip flops with suits, like super cool vibes. Huntington Beach is a little grimier. Still fun city to be in, but a little grimier, little more, a little more dirt out there than a place like Laguna. And then you have Newport Beach, which is more like the young, hip, fun area. So all the little like if you want to do some like beachside partying, that's Newport Beach. And then Costa Mesa is before you get to Newport. Costa Mesa is nice. It's in between, like, you know, it's still nice. In between, it's not as grimy as Huntington Beach. And Huntington Beach has some super nice parts, though. Don't get me wrong. It has some super nice parts. It's just like the grittier side of the beach. It was known for the longest time of just like, it had a bunch of racism and, racist gangs would hang out there and, do stuff to people. And yeah, so they had that going on. And then it wasn't really clean because like a lot of, disenfranchised folk would end up there. Yeah, yeah. You nailed it, Matt. You nailed it, exactly. And we still would go, but we just had to be you had to be very aware of your surroundings when you're out there because there's some cool spots out there. Still, a spot called Hurricanes is really fun in Huntington Beach. What's another one that we used to go to? There's another one we used to go to out there. I can't think of it. But anyway, if you make it to Costa Mesa, you got to go to Goat Hill Tavern. That's OG Costa Mesa spot. You ever meet anyone that says they're from South County, ask them about Goat Hill Tavern, they'll tell you, yes, I got stories for days about that place. And and it's not just because, it's, a tavern. Like people eat food there and everything. It's just a old school spot. You know what I mean? Like been there forever. As far as I know, it's been there forever. Um, but yeah, I like my favorite beaches. I probably say San Clemente. If we're just hanging out, like if you came down and you was just what I'm saying, like take me to a beach, I'll probably take you to Newport Beach because it'd probably be a little more like scenic as far as like you seeing people surfing and like people just hanging out having a good time. Got some cool restaurants over there, and a lot of stuff is in walking distance, so you can just like bop around if you want to. I can show you like different restaurants and different hot spots that people usually venture into when they come out to Newport. Whereas San Clemente is a little more spread out. Like the beaches are over here and the city's over here, but we get on a bike and we just ride out. You know what I'm saying? Grab you a beach cruiser, and you are lit. So yeah, I like the beach. It gets cold really quick though. Hey, the Pac No Weed is lit. I can tell you right now. I've been out that way. I've been to Idaho. I've been to where else did I go? I've been to Washington. I've been to I went to Seattle. and I went to where is Gonzaga University at? I went over there for a little bit. Yeah, very cool. They really got their own vibe, you know. Great food out that way. I'm a foodie. If you couldn't tell, I'm always mentioning food. That's why I'm a chef as well with the culinary arts school. But um, but yeah, I love that area, man. It's like super peaceful. People seem to be on the up and up. I like people who just are straight shooters. You know, I don't really need all that fluff. Sometimes the West Coast can get a little fluffy, a little bit fluffy. Like just people just telling you anything, like telling you what you want to hear, but not having a real conversation with you. Like me and you are having a real conversation right now. I'm using my energy to talk to you. I'm sharing my energy. You are sharing your energy with me. This is a real conversation. If you met me on the street, it's the same way I would talk to you. So this is real. I'm not, putting on the airs. I'm not being a character. This is literally how I am all the time. So I like that. I like people that are like that. And the West Coast, sometimes we do have some fluffy folks. Dude, I was a prep cook. Man, that's a hard job. And especially if you're 6'4", because they don't make tables for 6'4" guys. They make tables for people that are like 5'7". So me bending over, chopping onions, a box of onions. Boxes of onions, by the way. Prep cook, like, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about being a prep cook. And Matt was a prep cook, and I was a prep cook. And I can tell you right now, one of the hardest jobs in the kitchen, right there. Man, I just remember like having to, because I would have to prepare sauces for chef, but I would also have to prepare the stuff to go into the sauce before I made the sauce for chef. So yeah, terrible, bro, terrible, man. Just it was fulfilling in the fact that I always wanted to be a chef. So like to be able to actually do it, like I went overseas, and while I was overseas, I was like, when I get back, I'm gonna be a chef. I'm going to culinary art school and I'm gonna be a chef. So that was my plan, and I was able to execute it. And I was mostly doing it so I could work on food TV. Though I wasn't really trying to work in the kitchen. I just went and worked in the kitchen because I think you should work in the kitchen if you're gonna be on food TV, so you really know what you're talking about. That's just me personally, but if people did it their own way and it worked. But in my mind, I felt like I should really know how it feels to be a chef and go and cook. So I worked at Captain's Table, and I worked at this place called AI Cooks. And my chef at AI Cooks was 5-star chef. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he was on top of it. I'm slow as molasses when I do all my cutting super slow. Excuse me, because I'm always trying to like make sure that I like do it right. And I do it right though. I'm good at it, but I can't. People be cha 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 all that. Nah, I just take my time and get it right. And chef didn't really like that. Chef would be like, just looking at me like, dude, hurry up. Like I wish I could, chef. Look, I'm gonna chop my fingers off if I do. I know. You gotta have the C grip. You guys don't know. When you cut stuff, you're supposed to put your fingers like this so the blade goes up against your knuckles instead of so I can chop up. And that's one to grow on. Tell him, Matt. The funny thing is, the hardest thing I had trouble with is just leaving the food alone. Like, I don't know if you had that problem where, like, chef would put a protein in a saute pan, and like he'll put it on there, and then he'll just start doing like 8 other things. And me, I'm just like hovering over the pan. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I was making sure this doesn't burn." And he's like, "Go do this and go do that." I'm like, "Oh, okay, okay." He's like, "That can sit there. I needed to develop flavor." So he's waiting for the Maillard, I think that's the word, Maillard reaction. When it develops the crust on it. So hard for me to just wait and let that happen. That's why I like grilling better, you know? Grilling, I can see already that fire is gonna make that happen pronto. So, you know what I'm saying? So I like that about grilling, but just like putting like meat in a pan and then just walking away from it, very hard for me. Very hard for the, yeah, I'm a helicopter chef. I just hover over it. Dang. Your thumb? Jesus, Matt, what was you doing? You was chopping like this? You was like this? Where? Here? Oh, I never cut myself. Not through culinary art school or anywhere I worked. I did not, never chop myself. Yeah. I've cut myself like on my own cooking, but I never cut myself at work. But see, like I said, you was probably moving fast, Matt. You was chopping it up. You was probably doing the Benny Hunter pop, 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 pop situation. See me, I chop like I said, I chop like a turtle. So no way to get cut. You chop that slow, there's plenty of time to move out of the way. See, that's what I was thinking. Chef wasn't thinking that. Hey, that's funny. You say you quit. I quit too. I had to. I was because they got a new. Oh, he said Mach speed. You was flying. No, but look, real talk, man. It's better to just jump in the kitchen and learn how to cook there than to spend all the money I spent on culinary art school. I just wanted to do that anyway, so it was fine. You know, it's no regrets at all. It was beautiful. It was, you know, I learned so much, and you know, I you know, I know all the French techniques. I studied escoffier and all that jazz. So very cool. But if you're gonna do it for a living, like, and you want to work in kitchens, it's better to just go in the kitchen and just be what they call it, a stage. Yeah, get your stage on. You know what I'm saying? Where you just work in the kitchen, the chef shows you what he needs and all that, and you just follow that because the way that they teach you in culinary art school is the formal way, so it doesn't always translate. So a lot of times when chef would ask me to do something, and I've been doing it the culinary arts way, and he's like, "Yeah, don't do that. Do it like this." so, so yeah, it's better to just go into the kitchen and bust it out. Now I'm telling you some crazy stuff though, man. Tat tat tat. The kitchen that I worked in was was called AI Cooks because it was a savory version of a vending machine. You know, like in Japan, where you can go to the vending machine and you can get like lasagna and pizza and all that type of stuff. I worked at one of those. So we prepped all the food, cooked all the food, and delivered the food to the machines. And we put them in these like probably about like this big little metal tin, and then it had a little heat resistant top you put on it, and you load up all of the tins into the machine. Person makes their selection. A machine comes over, grabs the tin, puts it into a 360-degree microwave. Like it puts the tin into the microwave, and then the microwave spins 360 degrees, and then heats it all the way up. Another machine grabs it out of there, places it in a bag, closes it up, and then delivers it out to you. No people involved except for the fact that we had to drop the food off and cook it and all that. But it was super interesting though to see. I thought by now that it'd be blowing up. I was wrong because I haven't heard nothing about it since. I tried to Google it, I haven't seen them. So if you guys see them, AI Cooks. I used to work there as a prep cook. Life is crazy. I still cook though now. Absolutely, Matt. Absolutely. Super like futuristic on most things. Um, I don't know what the driving engine is behind the fact that they're always so clean and forward thinking, and but as a society, they kind of move like that. Just they're always like on the cutting edge of everything. Um, I don't know why. I haven't got to go to Japan yet. I'm gonna go for sure. I definitely want to go to Hokkaido. I want to go to what's the other one? I'm gonna go Hokkaido. I want to go to man. There's a bunch of them. I can't think of a. I think ah I forget all the spots, but I definitely want to go to Hokkaido. I heard they got some ridiculous food in Hokkaido, so yeah, check that out. But I would love to go all over. Just drop me off in the middle and let me just hit all the hot spots. I love the fashion in Japan. I love the food. Um, you know, the whole vibes. Just seems like it'd be a blast. To get to know people, to like actually have friends in Japan that you can go and visit. That'd be dope. Um, I don't know anybody currently. I had a partner that was from Taiwan. He was really cool. He was my partner in culinary art school, and super cool. He actually was the first person to give me a century egg, or they call it like a century egg or 1,000-year egg. Have you heard of this? If you've never heard of this egg, hey, this is this is serious stuff. So you better like some funk if you eat one of these. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, man. Hey, he brought me some. It's a congee or a rice porridge. So he brought me some rice porridge with 1,000-year egg in it. Because me and him had a conversation about it, and I was like, I don't know. I think I'd try it. So he tried it before. He's from Taiwan. So he thought about your boy, and he brought me congee with 1,000-year egg in it. And facts though, because I took a bite of that. Whoo! I'm talking about blow up your nasal passes, throat, your palate, everything. The funk. You can't even. I cannot quantify the funk from this egg. Just imagine. They call it 1,000-year egg. Like imagine an egg that had been sitting for 1,000 years and you just bit into it. That is exactly what it's like a sulfur bomb just blowing up in your mouth. Whew. It took everything to get that funk out of my mouth. Oh, absolutely. They got a lot of stuff that's a little wild. It's a little wild. Um, I cook like that, so I take a lot of influence from Thai cuisine, little bit of Chinese stuff. Um, Not Korean jjigae. Any Korean jjigaes, I like that because I like to make stews and soups and stuff like that. Um, yeah, so I take a little bit of those, but I mix it with like American stuff. So I'll take. I'm Southern, so I'll take stuff like collard greens and you know maybe I take some collard greens, maybe I take some cabbage, and I'll make a jjigae out of that. Jjigae is stew or soup or whatever. But yeah, I'll make something out of that. I can still use like ham hocks or smoked turkey or use ham hocks, smoked turkey. You could actually use shank too. I mean, a smoked shank, you can use that as well. Use something like that, and then from that point, just like adding something like kimchi. If you ever heard of kimchi, kimchi's funky too. So, but I like kimchi. I like kimchi a lot. I'll put kimchi on anything. I love that stuff. And there's different variations of kimchi. I know if you've ever heard of kimchi, you probably saw it as cabbage, but it can be cabbage. It can be like turnips. It can be. There's versions where it's like. Uh, there's a version where there's oysters in the kimchi. Like, yeah, it's a very varied gambit when it comes to the kimchi. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on where you at. You know, if you go to the right, Asian market, you might be able to find some of the secret gems. Oh well, Italian is like number one. I mean, come on, Italian food is like, I mean, all the regions too, like all over. If you just go all over Italy, you're gonna be able to find some bomb food. Hey, this guy, he knows all about it. He's from Chicago. Those guys, huh? Can't get better than that. Hey, deep dish, huh? You guys eat that, don't you, James? Not really. Everybody from Chicago would tell you they don't eat deep dish like they be showing on TV. They eat like tavern style pizza that's more like flat and like cut into pieces or whatever. But you know, people believe the narrative more than the truth a lot of times. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. And no ketchup. Right, right. Hey, I see. I don't mess with the ketchup. Oh, Philly is nice. You right. Philly does have Philly when it comes to like handheld foods. Philly might be the number one place in America. Like their sandwich game is ridiculous. The hoagies, all of them sandwiches. They got so many like different variations of what they call a cheesesteak. There's chicken cheesesteak, salmon cheesesteak, shrimp cheesesteak. All this they got surf and turf. They got all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. Oh, Italian beef is fire. Italian beef is fire. That's facts. That is facts. Yeah, and like authentic from Italy Italian beef. I mean from Chicago. Yeah, Italian beef. That is fire. We gotta go to war. Hey, real talk, bro. I've had both. Well, no, you know what? I'm the only human being on the planet that went to Philly, went to a sandwich shop, and they didn't serve cheesesteaks. I ended up with a darn turkey hoagie instead of a cheesesteak. But I was there traveling overseas when I was in the military, so I didn't have time to go searching around. I just went to the first sandwich shop I saw, thinking, of course they have Philly cheesesteaks. Wrong, they did not. Yep, got a turkey sandwich. So I have not had a Philly cheesesteak. I have not been to Philly and had that yet. So it's on the list. It is on the list. But I have been to Chicago and had that Italian beef, and that's fire. And if you can't get to Chicago, you can go to Portillo's, and Portillo's is a good substitute. Portillo's is legit. Oh, hey baby, little baby Charlotte. Shouts out to little baby Charlotte, my little niece. So cute. Um, but yeah, if you can get your hands on some Portillo's, Matt. I don't know if you guys have Portillo's where you at, but that's a fire representation for Chicago. Hearty food. They cook it. It's made to order, so it ain't just sitting around and all that. As soon as you order it, they make it. So shouts to Portillo's too. I can't be eating all that though. You know what I'm saying? Clog up the arteries. I love it, but my arteries they're not on board. So unfortunately. Oh, too cute. You should have taken a picture of that. Send me a picture. But, what's up with you? You just hanging with your boo boo today? What up, Dex? Shouts to Dex in the building. Um, yeah, I just so I'm revitalizing the live because I have not been going live for a long time. Because at first I was like, man, I ain't really got the space to do it how I want to do it. But now I do have the space to do it how I want to do it. So much more lives coming. You know, we gonna have. I'm gonna get my peoples to come through. We'll have, we have some forums, and we get it popping. And um, but yeah, man, just another creative outlet where you can connect with people, send out some positive energy, and enjoy. For sure, Matt. I appreciate you, man. Hopefully you subbed, because I'll be back. Now I'm gonna be back way more consistent, Matt. I promise you. And I'm always gonna have something fun to talk about, no matter what it is. Shouts to Dex. Yes, sir. I will keep it up for sure. Um, because we started off today talking about negative energy ruining your day, because I woke up and I felt all right. And then I went around, some negativity got all over me. Then I felt like, ah. So then I hopped on here, talked to y'all. Y'all hit me with all the positive feedback and positive energy. And now I feel fantastic. So shout out to all of y'all that tuned in. Mr. Courtney Bang Rice. I'm in the building in a spaceship. How many black guys do you know with their own spaceship? I don't know a lot. Only this guy. It's on autopilot, if you were wondering how I'm able to talk to you this way, and that clearly is the front of the spaceship. I was in the Air Force, they're part of the Space Force. Everyone knows that. So they give you a spaceship when you leave. Shout out to my people, James and Dex in the building. So, I didn't want to be too sporty the whole time I was talking, but I know it might be the last game for the Pacers, because Tyrese Halliburton got hurt, and that's sad. Right? My guy Lando. But it's been entertaining. I must say, this was the most unpredictable NBA playoff/finals in a long time. Nobody really predicted this exact outcome, right? Like, I think a lot of people thought Timberwolves was going to be in there. A lot of people thought Boston was going to be in there. A lot of people thought New York was going to be in there. For sure. Okay. Yeah, I will definitely let you know, my dude. But yeah, so surprise, Pacers and OKC. Now, people probably saw OKC. People probably said OKC, whether they believed it or not. They probably still said it because they had one of the best records in the league. But just because they're young, it's like smart veteran teams usually figure out young teams and beat them. So I was expecting that to happen to them. Just, even though I love their team, but it's just like usually veteran teams just figure some weird thing out and beat them. But they've been able to overcome it. So, Cam, what up, Cam? Cam is back in the building. No, nobody thought the Lakers was gonna be there. So yeah, but Lakers have just been. I guess the majority share of the Lakers have been bought by Mark somebody or another. So the Buss family has sold like the majority share of the Lakers to some other dude that's supposed to revamp things. So hopefully he brings us back to, to glory, because right now they're kind of boring to watch, man. I mean, I love LeBron as a human being. I don't really like his game. Like, his basketball game to me is, it's kind of like Karl Malone a little bit, He's kind of big dude. He's athletic, He's kind of, it's not a fun game to watch, I love to see him win, though. I love to see him win on any level, just because I think he's just an amazing human being. Because to be that age and people put all that crap on you and be like, yo, you this and that, you that, and he lived up to all of it. I believe me, I know about people putting stuff on you. You know, I was #1 recruit. I was the starting point guard in college, and they was, oh yeah, you gonna bring the school back to prominence and all that, and it didn't go well at all. They asked me to leave immediately. So when I see somebody able to live up to the hype, I got to give them props. You know what I'm saying? Because that is tough. It is tough, and basketball is a tough sport. They will chew you up and keep chewing. They won't even spit you out. They just keep chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing until you just be like, "Let me out of here," and you got to quit. It took a while for me to just be like, "All right, okay, I get it, basketball. Y'all don't want me to play no more. Okay." Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, don't even sweat it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just want to pop on here, give y'all a little positive vibe for a second. So, shouts to my baby, good Charlotte. She's gonna be a dope MC one day, and a basketball player, and a gymnast, and an artist. Basketball player, gymnast. I mean, she can play soccer if you want. That's cool. Artist, MC. She doesn't have to do it in that order, but yeah, Cam. Um, you said you'd be right back. Okay, cool. Okay. What was you up to? I know some people had to leave for dinner. I guess yeah, it's getting close to that time. It's almost 7. It is still, Cam. It is 90 degrees. Just so you understand. I don't know if you was here when I was telling you that. I'm in Southern California. It's 90 degrees right now. All right, my guy. Yeah, it's almost 7 o'clock, 7 p.m., and it's 90 degrees outside. Crazy, crazy hot. Oh, nothing. Okay, but yeah, man. It's hot like this. There's only one thing you should do is get in the pool. But where I live, um, a lot of people get in the pool at the same time. Some people get in with jeans on. Some people get in with boots. Excuse me. It's kind of a hodgepodge of all kinds of folk in the pool. So, yeah, nah, none for me. But I do have a AC unit, so I throw that on. I can't throw it on when I'm talking to y'all because you wouldn't be able to hear me. It's that loud. And it is loud. It's a wall unit too. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like centralized air or nothing like that. So no, I haven't reached that level of success yet where I got the centralized air. I just got the I got a fan too, ceiling fan and wall unit. That's how you know you're balling. Bowling. No, not really, but it works. It's just me in here, so I can sit in hot weather all day. I was in the military. I was a cop in the military. We're called security forces. So we protect the base and we do light infantry duty. We do, but we ride around in Humvees all the time with like 65 pounds worth of gear on in the hot sun all day. So I'm just used to it now. I can just sit and be hot and sweaty, and it's not weird to me. I'll be in the turret, straight up in the turret, just sitting there hot. You know, hopefully, if it gets too hot, your phone will freak out and won't be able to play. So I used to always try to like keep my phone like in a shaded area so I could play some music. The turret is the top of the Humvee where the machine gun is. So I'm doing Overwatch where I'm sitting with the machine gun watching the front gate, and I just have my music on, and 115 degrees outside. Oh, okay. So you get it. You get it, Cam. You do a lot of work. You probably in the sun too. So yeah, yeah. You're like, man, but you just gotta make sure you stay hydrated. Um, Not just with water though. Like, get yourself some electrolytes involved too. It don't have to be Gatorade per se, but it just like they got those little hydration packets. Cam, I don't know if you tried those, the little hydration packets. Get those joints. Um, Coconut water, aloe vera juice. Those two are good. Both of those. Coconut water is the best. If you can get like fresh coconut water, gang of electrolytes, all kinds of minerals and vitamins, so good for you. And super refreshing too, especially if you can get it nice and cold. Woo! It's good stuff. Um, yeah, if you work outside, you got to make sure, man, because you just drinking water, that just comes right out of you. Like, it don't even, like, it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. It will, you know, it'll wet your palate, keep you cool a little bit, but you want something that really does it, then you need, you know what I'm saying? You need some electrolytes involved, something that actually, like, keeps the moisture in your body and doesn't just let it wick out of your skin when the sun hits you or when you start moving or whatever. So, you know what I'm talking about, Cam. You working outside. Um, so today is Wednesday, hump day. Chest out. Um, so what I'm trying to do now is just make sure I'm consistent, Cam. So I'm gonna be consistent from now on. So we're gonna go with let's go with let's go with Wednesdays. All right. Let's go with Wednesdays, Cam. We go on Wednesdays, and let's go Fridays. Wednesday and Friday, live time, coming through, you know. Now, mind you, the subject matter may change. You know, I might be in the kitchen whipping something up. I am a chef, if I didn't say that. So I might be in the kitchen whipping something up. I might be on location somewhere doing something, but we're gonna go live from now on. Let's say 6 p.m. Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesdays and Fridays, 6 p.m. We going live. No matter what the situation, no matter where I'm at, we going live. All right. Being consistent now. You know, I got the space to be able to do it. Got the time to be able to do it. Let's get it. You know, let's build up the community. You know what I'm saying? Because apparently I need to get to 1,000 people in order for people to pay attention to what I'm doing. I never really paid attention because like I said, I don't know if I said before, but I am an actor and I'm in movies and commercials and all that stuff. So I wasn't really like, oh, I need to make sure this is doing something because I'm on TV. Like, if you want to check it out, check it out. But if not, that's fine. Mostly I had it for reference. Okay. Yes, sir. Getting ready. What position you play? I was a wide receiver and a corner. 6'3", 120 pounds of raw athleticism. I was not athletic at all, but I was about 6'2.5" in ninth grade. So I started both ways. I don't know how. I knew how to play, but I was slow as molasses. What position you playing, Cam? Cam dog? All right. Let me guess. Offensive tackle. Am I right? No? What position did you play, Cam? All right, let me guess again. Oh, nice. Yeah. Some people told me some people when they see me now, they be like, "Oh, you could have been or they'll be like, "Oh, you used to play defensive tackle." And I'm like, I wasn't this big when I played football. this big later in life. But when I played football, I was like 125 pounds, 6'2.5". Defensive end, yep, exactly. That's what they always be saying. Which I would have loved to have played if I didn't really understand the position at the time. When I was young, I didn't really understand that position. So I was like, and I couldn't play it at 125 pounds, 6'2.5", and I wasn't athletic at all. Like I could run, but I ran a 5'4" 40 in cleats on grass. That's how slow I was. I was not fast at all. But I knew how to, I knew how to chop up my steps. I knew how to run routes. Yeah, center. Okay, center is an important position, man. That's a thinking man's position. So I know you smart because you got to be smart to play center for sure. We won a lot of games when I was in high school because our center was so good. So shouts to you, man. Um, but yeah, knowing how to play is big. Just knowing how to run routes, things like that. Just not making many mistakes. That was more of the reason why I was a starter than my athleticism. Because the guy that was behind me was probably faster and probably could catch better than me, but he just wasn't better at running routes and understanding how to play the game. So I was the starter, both ways, defense and offense. Won the championship, CIF championship, baby. Yeah. And that was it. Then I started playing basketball. I was like, I won a championship. What else am I to do? In ninth grade, like won the championship, and it was just like, I'm out of here. That's all I needed. One championship, we out of here. Basketball time. But when I was a kid, I was just like contrarian. So everyone told me that I couldn't play basketball. Oh, you're just a football player. You can't play basketball. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll show you. So then I just dedicated my life to basketball. Oh, that's what's up, Cam. Shouts to you, man. I played center, 6'2.5", playing center, 125 pounds, center. That's how it is. I live in Orange County. Orange County doesn't have a lot of, at the time, didn't have a lot of tall people. So they made me play center. Now, when I got to college, I played point guard. So I went from playing center in high school to play point guard in college. Yeah, man. Yeah, if you're like in a small town, or if you're, what I'm saying, like some places they ain't got the manpower, so they just be like, okay, well, who's the tallest in the group? Okay, you're the center. It ain't a skill thing. It's just literally you're the tallest person on the team. So there you go. You're playing center, and that's pretty much all it was about. Because I didn't know how to play center, not at all. But also, I didn't know how to play any position because I was coming from playing football. So it was fine. I knew how to set screens because I was just like hitting. So I was good at setting screens, and I was a ferocious defender because basketball players typically are kind of get off of me, and I was just like all the time, all turned up because football makes you kind of get hit a lot in the head and get a little honorary. I am currently 13 years old. Yep, I got that. That thing where it makes you get like gray hair. So, yeah, 13, man. Going into ninth grade, Cam. Can you believe it? I don't even know what high school I'm gonna go to. Got my own apartment though. So that's pretty cool. At this age. No, I'm kidding. I'm grown, Cam. I'm grown, man. I just told you I went to the military. I went to college. I went to culinary art school. That'd be one heck of a 13-year-old. But I'm old enough to be probably your father, more than likely. I like discussing all that because then it makes like a it makes a barrier between your conversations when people start discussing age and how much money you make and all those different things. And people start thinking differently about stuff, and they don't just speak freely. They all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, you don't know because you are this way. Oh, I don't know because I'm that way. And it's like, nah, just talk. You know what I mean? Like, if I didn't get you or you didn't get me, then we would have stopped talking a long time ago. So, you know, I am grown though, grown. You see the grades. These are not always here though, just so you know. I don't want anyone to freak out next time they see me and the grades are gone. I'm just growing my beard out, so it might not be great the next time you see me. So don't. It's okay. It's okay, guys. That's crazy. Why, dude? I had like 6 thumbs up, and now I have 2 all of a sudden. That was weird. I don't understand that. They be doing that a lot, man. They be doing that a lot, bro. Where they'll show me one thing and then they'll do the opposite of what was going on earlier. I don't know what that's about, Cam, but they do it a lot on here. Naughty, naughty. If I was here for that, I'd be very upset. But whatever. You know what I mean? Y'all do y'all. I'm gonna keep doing me. All right, Cam. I gotta get ready to hit the streets. It was great talking to you, and the next time I will be back will be this time it's gonna be Saturday. It's gonna be Saturday this time because Friday I have to go hang out with my niece. So I'll be hanging out with my niece. I won't be free to, still live stream. But I'll be back Saturday, and let's do 5 o'clock Saturday. All right. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Courtney Rice. Love you guys. Peace.